Hey, today is my review of the Swiss Stop Black Prince carbon rim pads. Alright, so I'm going to make the switch over from the standard pad to the actual carbon pad for my full carbon wheels now. So I'm just going to do a quick review of these pads and tell you a little pros and cons about these items. And let's test them out later on. Alright, so I have these Black Prince pads. Go ahead and open it up so we can just take a look at this. Put that out the way. Alright, so we have the packaging here with the details, talking about the Yellow King, which is the previous model, which is now, they have the original black before that as well. Now, the top model is the Black Prince, combined for carbon rims with excellent modulation. Alright, Flash Pro. Alright, fits all the following items there from Shimano SRAM Road. It's made for road, not mountain, of course, because mountain use disc. Alright, so let's go ahead and take it open and see what these look like. Easy open case. Alright, so I got one pad out here, as we can see here. Alright, so the first feel I get for this, I already noticed that it feels like a standard pad. Alright, so I got these moved out. So look, Flash Pro, Swiss Stop. Then we have right here where the Ford, where you have the actual limit for the wear, which is a good amount right there, as you can see. Alright, looks pretty standard as a standard brake pad would be. And of course, it indicates the side and the different measurement settings there. Okay. Alright, so we actually want to get this. Alright, so I have the actual pad out, as you can see there. You have the Flash Pro Swiss Stop. Once again, you have the way to insert the actual pad when you're inserting into the mount. And then you have your wear limit indicator there, which gives you a little key indication of when you need to change these out. We can see we have those 3 little grooves there. Alright, flipping on over for you. States that this is the right one. It also has the measurement settings listed there as well. Okay. Alright, so it looks pretty standard. So look, this is once again the Swiss Stop Black Prince. And then I have my, still attached to my actual one of my brakes. Alright, as we can see the standard of how similar that looks there. Okay, the grooves aren't as deep and the feel is a little different than the other one. Alright, but once again, it's kind of the same function as far as stopping, but these are just proven to be for carbon wheels, full carbon wheels at that. Alright, so let's talk a little about this actual brake pad that we have in our hand here. So the Black Prince was released a little earlier last summer. They're at the top of the carbon pad lineup right now, and they claim to have more linear braking force in relation to when you're pulling on the lever. So when you get it, you know, you hit the levers on there, you should be able to stop a little, definitely cleaner and smoother versus previous models or other carbon pads that's out there. Alright, so I'm not going to go into all the details and the open molded carbon finish and all that stuff. That's a lot of good detail, but you can always read about that or see it on the web somewhere. So I'm just giving you a quick overview of it. So physically, it has deeper grooves than OEM pads, as you can see there. So you see there, these grooves are deeper than your other ones. Alright, as we've seen there as well. And once again, this helps provide better airflow for the rim surface and keeping the pads cooler. And it's supposed to reduce temperatures by over 37%, if not more, than previous models. Alright, so but the only thing I notice about this is these grooves here. So if I'm riding road and I'm getting some dirt or some debris in here over time, it's going to get clunked up in there. So I'm going to have to clean this out or get an airflow and just, you know, shoot through there and get this clean, because this can actually impact the cooling of these because there's no more airflow once these get filled up. So that's one thing I did notice about these. That's something I'm going to have to pay attention to versus some standard pads, because these aren't as deep as the other ones. And you know, talking about the pad too as well, you know, the previous model or the model that's still available are the yellow stop version of these Flash Pro Black Princes. And the yellow ones did just as good, but I did notice that a lot of people that had black carbon wheels had yellow residue going around the ring, which is just from, you know, intense braking and just constantly using it on the surface. So with these being black on black surface, it should not show as well or show as bad is with the wear from your brake pads hitting the brake, you know, area on your actual wheel. So overall, these things are pretty good so far. I can't tell you for sure until I actually get them on the bike and try them out. But this is just a quick review of these actual pads here. It's about 50 bucks for a 4-pack, as you can see there, you know, for your front and your rear. And you have your little bolts there as well. So that's a pretty much standard for about carbon pads around there. And when it's compared to some other high level pads, as far as cost or whatever, these are still good. Like Zips, you might see a pair of Zip carbon pads that'll be like $90 or more. In some places, I've even seen carbon pads cost as much as $120. And I'm not going to pay $120 for some pads. Now, if they're going to help and maybe, you know, save my life, then sure. But in everyday riding and cycling with carbon wheels, I'm going to go with something that's trusted, and this seems like this is a good brand. Got great reviews about this, and several people are using it, even people on the tour, as these are the pads of choice. Alright, so I'm going to pair these up with my rims and you know, check it out and see how it works. So I'll come back in a few months and let you guys know how these worked out for me. So once again, this is the SwiftStop Black Prince Flash Pro. Alright, you can find these online, or you can get them on eBay, or you can get them, you know, Amazon, whatever it may be. It's pretty much the same as far as the pricing. So you're not going to find too much of a difference. You might see $2 or $3 cheaper, but that's about it. All right. So once again, that's my review of the SwiftStop Black Prince Flash Pro cycling pads, full carbon. Thanks again.